I have with me today Grant and Hannah. Grant and Hannah from Barnabas Aid. Hello to you.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
So we're going to be talking a little bit about what Barnabas Aid is for people who have never heard of it or think, "Oh, it's that thing." No, I can't remember. We'll do some of that. And also we're going to talk about a little bit about Big Church Festival as well, which is coming up at the end of May, which is exciting. So for people that think, well, I know what Barnabas Aid is, but I probably don't, how would you sort of briefly kind of summarize what's the work of Barnabas Aid?
Grant just gestured to me. Barnabas Aid, yeah, aid. Aid is the important bit there, but so is Barnabas. Barnabas, as we know, is the son of encouragement. So we want to come alongside the persecuted church, the suffering church globally, and be a support, be a prayer support, be a practical support. Practically, that means kind of obviously financially, giving and supporting, but it also means we also send shipments and containers all over the world, supporting Christians in need. It's very simple. It's bringing hope and aid to the suffering church wherever she may be, strengthening the church to be the church. All over the world, and I think the church is everywhere, which is amazing. I mean, obviously there are a few places that not, but we want to come alongside, and what we do, we don't try and come in and say, oh, we'll decide how to help. We really try to listen to the church on the ground and hear their needs and come alongside. So we invest in them, the leaders that are there, do our best to kind of support them, in whichever way they need. So yeah.
It was fantastic. What separates us from other charities who might be doing similar things is that really the diversity of projects that we're involved in. So we have more than I think we were saying more than 1,000 projects going at any one time in more than 104 countries around the world. And everything from laying water pipes to small businesses, freeing people from generational slavery, to the Dot Gives initiative, which you're aware of course, which is really fantastic because it brings people into it and gets their hands involved in actually giving, and those boxes and that food actually gets out to people, the very food that they touch. So projects like that are really great, and as Hannah was saying, aid is really we're moving a lot more towards empowerment, which is really exciting. We see great things coming, and we see as Barnabas grows, ultimately is for Lord's glory and the furthering of His kingdom, and we've managed to see that through even Christian schools projects. So we have that's another project that's happening. In fact, there's Christian schools in Bethlehem, and seeing the church grow through that as well. So it's not just about providing aid. That the kingdom is growing as a result.
I guess it's that thing though, we're all called to be the hands and the feet. Sometimes we need a truck or a boat, and we don't necessarily have access to that part. Yeah. And that's where people like you guys can come along, and we can be the hands and the feet. We can bring some food boxes for food gives, but then what do we do with it? And that's, I guess, that's where you guys come in, because you can then say, well, we can distribute. Let's just come on the local church thing, because what you're saying, which is really exciting me personally anyway, is you're saying, okay, you're the church in New Guinea or Brazil or wherever you happen to be. What are your needs? Because ultimately they're the people on the ground, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've tried to be very careful, I think it's being able to really actively listen to the needs that are there. And so what happens is you then get a huge variety of different projects. So they're so different, because the needs are so different, and it's not about kind of ticking a bucket list of, well, we've done this, we've done that. No, it's being real and saying, well, okay, what is the actual need? So what we try to do, we try to categorize that so people understand. So we've got, projects that, basic needs projects, water projects, literature, Christian literature, loads of stuff. But then within those categories, we have then, a vast amount of different projects, from emergencies to disaster relief, etc. So it is going in, kind of listening, having really appreciating the local knowledge, and the thing is, the church, like I said earlier, is in most parts of the world and is on the ground level, is involved in the community, is listening to people, is actively making a difference, spreading the gospel, of course, which is the most important thing. But it's also, the church has birthed hospitals, schools, educate. Like, there's no end to what God has been doing through the church. So it's our projects are going to look quite different because they meet the needs that are there. It's not what we say, is needed. So yeah, we try to listen as best as possible.
Absolutely. Yeah, another differentiator really is that we work with trusted partners on the ground in the country, where we're providing aid, and I think that's really important. It's the principle of that we don't know best about what the needs are, and we don't know best about how to practically implement them. And it's about empowering those people in the trenches because they know what's needed, they know how to implement it, and having those trusted partnerships, for some of them going back 30 years, and perhaps second or third generation of that partnership, means that we know that 100% of the funding that we put in goes to the people that need it on the ground. But just quoting some stats, I mean, we support 148 Christian schools. Last year alone, we sent 14 million servings of food. That's 500 tons, 47 containers worth of aid. Just looking at another stat now, more than, is that, 2,800,000 Bibles that we sent in the last year, and 16,800 Christian victims of violence that have been helped. So that's at various stages, whether it's from prison or actually their livelihood or their very life that's been threatened. So there's great work that's happening, and I think that's the thing, is believing in what you're doing, and the passion that we have for this. Is it's not a job, it's definitely not an occupation for us. It's a conviction.
Wow. We know each other probably best because we met over your Food Gives campaign. So can you just tell us a bit more, just draw out what is Food Gives apart from boxes of food? It's a bit simplified. So what's that all really about?
Yeah, I mean, well, the fact that you mentioned simplified, that's it's not a bad thing, because Food Gives it's designed to be quite simple, and really it's there to meet a need, which we recognised a number of years ago, that we could start sending support and aid, actual physical support and aid to certain parts of the world, and it depends on the country that you're sending to. I think we do get asked, and rightly so, isn't it better to financially support than send a container half around the world? Aren't there lots of costs involved, etc. like that? So I think basically what we do, we recognise with Food Gives is that yes, in some countries it is better to send financial aid, but in other scenarios it's better to send practical physical aid. So we started Food Gives in September, like June 2021, and as we all know, the war broke out in Ukraine the following March, April, and it just so happened that we had just started Food Gives, which is basically sending of practical aid across the world. So the timing of that was amazing, really, because we were just able to kind of act as a channel of blessing, from particularly in the UK. We basically opened our doors to receive aid. And it was, I'm sure we all remember that time. Everybody really rallied together, and people were just incredibly generous, and we just were able to be a conduit. So Food Gives wasn't necessarily designed for that. Food Gives, really the heart of it is that it's it's food. Food is still one of the greatest needs on this planet. And a number of countries that we work in and operate in food, we have hundreds of food projects. So that this is before Food.gives. So it was another way of kind of tackling and responding to that. But we were also really passionate about engaging our supporters in a new way. And so we wanted to provide a way that if you were an individual, you were family, your church, youth group, whatever you look like, that you could practically give. And so we took the idea of a box, very simply a mailer box, and what we do is we ship them all over the UK. And we ask you to fill those boxes with food items. So currently we're collecting things like rice, chickpeas, lentils, etc. And then we provide you a way of returning those boxes back to the warehouse in Swindon, and then we ship them on your behalf. Now, there's a lot of things, it's much more involved than just that, but that is the idea, and that, you know, you can get your hand on a bag of rice or a bag of chickpeas and know that's going to travel halfway around the world to support Christian need. Like, I just love that. I love that idea. I just think it's so powerful. That, you know, little old me with my 5 loaves and my 2 fish, I can make a difference. And all Food.gives and Barnabas Aid is about is just being that channel, that conduit for people to be the hands and feet of Jesus. You know, we do that locally, but we wanted to provide a way of doing that internationally. And like I said, the timing of it when we started meant that we could make a real difference in supporting, you know, the situation that happened in Ukraine, of course, which we are still doing to this day. So it's been very exciting.
I guess it's simple enough, isn't it? We can understand. We get a card from the other side of the world saying happy birthday. Okay, it puts a smile on our face. But a bag of rice that's come halfway around the world, we all get food. It's tangible, right? We all have to eat every day.
Yeah.
So to think, well, this bag of rice, it's not just cash that's been thrown from one place to another. This is someone's actually gone out and bought that, and they've organised it and they've sent it. So as great as it is to engage with supporters, actually the people at the receiving end, I mean, how much more of a joy that, okay, it's not just here's 50 quid cash, off you go. It's somebody's actually bought this for you. I mean, that to me, that just excites me. I get goosebumps even thinking about receiving that.
That, I mean, you're saying it back to me and we're like, it's pretty cool. It is pretty amazing. I think, and it's just been so exciting to see it grow. And I think, that's what it's all about. You know, we're kind of, the items that we've chosen, we've tried to be quite careful as well that those items mean that we can send it to a variety of different countries. They can receive the food that we're packing, and then we can. It is going to bless Christians in lots of different contexts. And I think, you know, so it's honouring, you know, because like you said, it's honouring people. They're going to go out of their way, go to the shops, take time to buy the food, pack their boxes. There's quite a bit more involved, as opposed to just, you know, donating through, you know, kind of on your phones or things like that. So we do appreciate that there is a bit more to it. But I think I remember one supporter said to me when he was going around, you know, buying the items in the shop, and it meant that he was praying whilst he was doing it. It gave him the time to really think about why he was doing it, what it was for, and just that in a way, for me, that's really encouraging. It kind of, I guess, brought him closer to in his relationship with God as well, and just so that was really lovely. And I think it's we're the church helping the church. And you know, when the church is acting as the church, you know, God really blesses that, and he wants to bless that, and he wants to use us as a blessing, you know, wherever that may be. So
and I think the thing of just to add to that, of from Christians through Christians to Christians, which is you know, an incredible thing and very much part of what we do. But it doesn't just stop there, because we, again, going back to the trusted partners side of things, is that we trust that the church, if they're doing Jesus's will, then they in turn they go from there and they provide aid to others, and so we see the church growing through that. But .gives is just another one of so many fantastic initiatives that happens. And if your listeners would like to know more, you can contact Barnabas Aid. We'd be happy to put the lovely Hannah online to you directly. Hannah manages the .gives Food.gives project. So it would be great to know more about that.
Awesome. I can recognize, because we went around the shops, we had one of your boxes, we went round with like, okay, what would we buy? Okay, this is what we buy, let's buy that smaller size, stick it in a box. And it was that tangible, quantifiable, this is an item that I'm sending somewhere to do some good. And I think that is so much more rewarding. So we can give, which is great, but in giving it makes us feel good too, because we're part of the actual solution. So I'm holding a bag of rice and it's going to go and feed a family, you know, and that connection, that's so important.
It is, and I think what might be quite encouraging is, though, you know, we kind of calculated per box that we send out when we ship them out, that it'll bless a family for, we reckon it, you know, can provide enough servings to last a family of 5, maybe for about just over between 3 and 4 weeks.
Wow.
You know, realistically. So it you know, it's not just it may seem small, but it's not. You know, and I think, and the types of items that we're asking for, they're staple items. They're not, you know, they're not your sweets. They're not your kind of, you know, grab a bag of crisps kind of thing. They will last. And in some contexts, they come alongside what has already been provided, because I think we're also want to be careful in our projects. So we do work alongside in terms of, we may provide aid. We're going to send, you know, a shipment of boxes to a community, a Christian community, but we may have also kind of assisted that with another in a shipment of aid, or whatever it might be. So it's just kind of it works in lots of different ways. It's not, you know, it's kind of, whatever, coming back to the needs, whatever the need is, we've got to try and fit ourselves around that need and kind of fulfill that need. But we love it. A bag of rice, a bag of chickpeas, a bag of lentils. You know, it's really exciting. So
it couldn't be simpler. I think that's the thing we like to say to people, especially at festivals.
Yeah, no, it is. It's really simple to do. We've done it, and it's a really easy thing to do. It's not complicated. You do your shopping, you add a few bags of rice, you add a few bags of salt or whatever, and it's, you know, it's dead easy.
Yeah, done. That's good.
Right. Barnabas Aid, Big Church Festival. Let's talk about that a little bit. Are you really excited for that? Are you slightly nervous about what's going to be done? Where are you at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's something really big. We've just become headline sponsors, so you could easily be overwhelmed. Yeah, it's awesome. So we're going to be headline sponsors for the next 5 years. So super exciting, great opportunity. And but yeah, I think largely we're very excited. We have the most dynamic Brazilian in the Northern Hemisphere, who's our coordinator, and yeah, he's doing a great job. We're already 2/3 of the way there towards getting 300 target of 300 volunteers, which we know that's you know, the numbers are going to come very quickly now. So spaces are limited. So if you're interested, then I'll give the details to you, Andy. And if any of your listeners would like to attend, they can simply send their name with volunteer at BCF, and then we'll respond with a link, and they can just register for that. It's that easy. But don't wait. These spaces are filling up quickly.
Cool. We'll get that link properly. We'll put that out on our socials as well, so people can click on the link, which is always easier. So Big Church, we're going to be there, which is going to be cool, because I've not been to a Christian music festival since probably like the 90s. So as much as I love music, it's been a while.
Oh, Andy.
It has been. Yeah. This I think this is going to blow you away, Andy.
Yeah,
I suspect so.
This is on another level, and yeah, Big Church is fantastic. I mean, it took a little bit of a dip during COVID, but certainly on the way up now. We expect between 25 and 30,000 people that will be there. I'm not sure how many artists, but there's certainly more than 25, maybe even 30 or 35 artists that are going to be in attendance across different stages. You have the main stage, and then side stages. There's you know, different activities for the kids, loads of food stalls, some sports that go on. Volleyball, Hannah loves the volleyball. Yeah, and camping. And at BCF, if people want to volunteer, we provide the accommodation with, I'd say it's almost glamping, okay? I'm going to go with that. But yeah, there's tents with mattresses and with camp beds, and we provide that and your tickets, as well as all of your food for the weekend. And then full access to the Barnabas Aid hospitality tent, and then Barnabas Aid merchandise as well. But yeah, that for the small price of volunteering for 4 to 5 hours a day. And it's incredible. Just I think it isn't just about, and we experienced this last year, didn't we, Hannah, is that it's not just about serving and making a difference there. I think what you come away with from serving at the festival and getting to enjoy it, for most of the time you're not serving, you're actually enjoying the festival. You're just linking up and connecting with the other volunteers, meeting new people, like-minded people. It's a wonderful experience, and the volunteer team and the staff together, we're really like a big family at the end of Big Church. So very exciting.
Yeah, and
It's
we're
going to be
looking
great
forward
to
to.
be along, by the way.
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to being there. As I said, I think the last one I went to was probably Greenbelt, sort of towards Wales a bit.
Wondering. Yeah.
There weren't that many festivals back then, so it would have been Greenbelt or nothing, really. But that's probably what, early 90s or something. So it's been a while.
Okay.
But hey, it'll be fine. No, we're really, really excited to come along with you guys and supporting Barnabas Aid in some slightly unique ways because of what we do. So no, we're looking forward to that a great deal. Have you got something you're particularly looking forward to, or can you tell us about anything that is going to be uniquely Barnabas Aid across that weekend?
I'll let Hannah speak into that, but she's doing a zip line across from the campsite down to the main stage. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Nice.
I'm going to be, throwing out sweets or, so just if you want, anyway, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. I have my dignity.
I'm disappointed now.
Sorry.
Such a build-up.
I know. Sorry, guys. To be very bad news. I mean, yeah, we're. I think one of the things. What is it? The leap of faith tower. I mean, that's going to be quite cool. We're going to be kind of taking over that and kind of chatting to people, who are going to be enjoying that. I don't know whether I'll actually do it, but we'll see. Maybe I need to test my faith. But yeah, there's going to be loads of things. Like we're going to be going around a lot of the time, meeting kind of attendees. We're going to be kind of probably doing a little bit of filming and just getting to know people. Really, I think as a charity, we just want to kind of just kind of be a blessing to the people that are attending Big Church festivals. So you're going to see us going around in teams. We'll be there at the welcome. We're going to definitely be on the main stage at one point, which would be great. Yeah, I mean, it's quite it is new for us as well, and that's really exciting. And I think it's just kind of seeing how together with Big Church Festival, this place, because it's a place of coming together, having fellowship and enjoying good music and good times together. But God really moves powerfully, especially during kind of, I guess, the worship, and kind of the preaching. I remember Pete Greg went one year, and obviously we know from 24/7 prayer, and he was a 5-minute message, and it really impacted me, and I think I was serving at the time, but like, yeah, just those really special moments of coming together, collective worship, being in the presence of God. We just, we love that. And Barnabas Aid is going to be kind of right alongside people, just kind of making that happen. So, we're going to be out in the masses in our blue t-shirts, probably, representing Barnabas Aid. We'll be in the expo tent, the exhibition tent. We're going to be, like I said, on the welcome. There's lots of kind of, where you get your water from, you can fill up your water bottles and things. We're going to be around those areas as well, kind of saying hi. And And who knows, at the welcome we might be helping people with their luggage. Who knows? We're going to try and we want to come alongside people. Obviously we're going to be representing, we've got a project particularly that we'd love people to get involved in. It's really cool. So we're going to definitely be showcasing that at the event. But yeah, just come and say hi to us. Like we're so up for a conversation. Sometimes we have too long conversations, but that's fine. But it's all about meeting new people, isn't it? And just kind of encouraging one another in the faith. And yeah, just being a presence there. So yeah, we're really excited.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, Hannah was talking about helping with bags, and Andy, that's I was going to ask you to help me with my bags when you come along.
Yeah, do you mind?
Fine,
In fact,
no worries.
my wife's bags. If you can help with that, that'll be great.
No, that's cool.
She's gonna bring a fair few pairs of shoes.
Jolly good.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I echo what Hannah said. The conversations are super encouraging, and it's just so great to meet with other Christians. And to state the obvious, it's the family environment as well. I'm bringing my whole family along, and it's just fantastic to know that your kids are meeting and other Christians, and there's relationships being built there, and working alongside the team. Them looking up to people like the Barnabas Aid staff or other people that are there who are slightly older, and there's mentorship opportunities and mentee situations. So really fantastic. There's just so much benefit to it. It's really exciting. Looking forward to it.
No, we're bringing a team of 10, I think, now. So my whole family's coming. That's 5 of us. And we got some others from our wider station here coming as well. So that's great. So carrying shoes, I have children. We're going to a shop, do you want a bag, sir? No, I have children. That's what they're here for. So I'll delegate them. It's fine.
Yeah. So train them up while they're young, Andy?
Absolutely. That's it, mate, completely. Right. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to working alongside you guys, being supporting of you as well, Barnabas Aid, and all that God can do. I love the projects of Barnabas Aid. I love that idea of supporting the local church where they are. And I also really get excited. I had goosebumps earlier, and it's the idea of what we do here in England or wherever can actually impact somebody in a place we're never going to be able to get to. We need to be the hands and feet, but we can't be the boat. So we need a boat driver, and that's where you guys come in. So you can actually distribute. But I love how you're connecting into people. And that's what excited me when I first met you guys last year in the spring. It was just, I love the heart and passion of what Barnabas Aid is trying to do. But more than trying to, you're actually doing it, which is brilliant.
Yeah, Hannah spoke about and thanks for that, Andy. Hannah spoke about being the conduit. And that's it. I think it was Corey Ten Boom who had an analogy about the glove. I don't know if you're familiar with it, if you heard it before. But basically, the glove, you can use it to do things, but the glove doesn't do things on its own. Of course, the glove is just a glove, but with the hand inside, the hand can clean and cook and whatever it might be. And I think that's the thing is, Barnabas Aid is a blessing because it's a glove, and the people that are there are obedient to doing God's will. But the Lord is bringing about a great difference through that.
Cool. We'll put some links and stuff on the socials for you guys, but just give us the website that people can come to in the first instance if they want to find out more.
www. I can't even say it right. There's lots of W's, and I always get www.barnabasaid.org, and go to obviously we've got tabs along the top for you to find out about all our projects, kind of the latest needs. There's a section that says get involved, and that's where we list like events that are happening. Obviously Big Church is a massive one, and we do other events as well, and also kind of locally in Swindon, so there's always an opportunity to find out what we're doing kind of throughout the year. But we're going to be heading to a lot of different festivals and conferences this year, so look out for us. But yeah, go to our main website. We do have for the food.gives project, if people want to be involved in that, it's www.food.gives. Literally just food.gives, nothing else extra. and that's where you can sign up for boxes, sign up as a church, or even so one of the things that we're saying to churches if they'd love to be a part of the food.gives network, because obviously we collect everything in Swindon, but the UK is quite big. And so, you know, we're kind of reaching out to churches and saying, would you like to be like a temporary storage hub for us for that aid initially, and become part of a logistics network of getting the aid back down to Swindon, and then we ship it out. So basically we have collection hubs all over the country, and churches could get involved in that. But you can find it all about it on the website. Just, you know, head there. So
Absolutely. And by the way, as well, we have a team of excellent speakers who can come out to your church. So if any of your listeners are interested, they can just get in contact with us. And so too, they can get involved in volunteering in different ways, whether it's at the warehouse, bringing their youth groups through to the warehouse and getting involved practically, seeing our dehydration project. And yeah, so there's some really great stuff. I do a one act play of dad jokes once a week as well. So that's half time. So I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're disappointed again. I want to do the zip line with dad jokes now.
Yeah.
Tie the two together. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your time. Just sharing more about Barnabas Aid, food.gives, which is where obviously I got to know you particularly well last year. But yeah, it's really encouraging what you're doing. So yeah, we'll link to all the websites and stuff. And yeah, hope all goes well for you.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you for having us.
bless you, man.
You're welcome.
God bless.
Bye-bye.